Welcome to another episode of This Is Anything Goes, and today we'll be working on the Toyota Alphard and we'll be sort of upgrading these front brakes. So what's happening here is that this is already warped, or at least I feel that it's warped because at high speed braking it shudders, and I think it has already been long overdue to change this. As you can see, there's a lot of marks over here, there's discoloration here as well. Okay, you can see there's a discoloration here as well. There are pits here and there, and the brake pad is only about half worn, but since I'm going to change the roto, I might as well change the pads and do a little bit of extra. Probably you see it in the thumbnail already, right? Okay, so let's get to it. The first thing we will need to do is we will need to release the brake hose, which is at the back here. Okay, it will be this bolt over here. Okay, once that is done, what I'll do is I will be taking out these 14 mm over here, one here and one over here. Then after that there will be a 17 mm over here, one here and one at the bottom there, and I should be able to take the caliper out. Okay, so okay, so managed to clean all this, as you can see. Okay, that's good. So I've actually taken it apart. The piston is over here. Okay, so I might need to polish this piston afterwards, but what I'm going to show you right now is how to take this all apart, even if you don't have an air compressor. I do, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to show you how to do it without the air compressor. So I still have one more side here that needs to clean up, and for that I actually use half ultrasonic cleaner, which is over here, but it has decided to die on me, so I've got no choice. I'll be soaking the rest of this in a bucket of engine degreaser and I'll be washing it. Okay, so for now I'm going to show you how to dismantle this thing first. The lighting here is bad because that light broke. So many things breaking. I have no idea why. Okay, so let's get to it. Alright, so for this bracket, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 things to move. So the first thing is the metal bracket over here, so just pry a bit and then pry a bit here. Okay, then pry on the other side. Okay, same thing on the other side as well, just pry it. Okay, for this one, what you need to do is you need to twist a bit. Okay, twist until the cap here comes out and pull the whole thing out. Okay, same goes with this side. Okay, okay, and we're done on this side. Now, this one we'll need to remove the piston over here. We'll need a piece of wood or something to block here first, okay? Okay, so to remove the piston, you do not need an air compressor. What you need is a air duster. So this is some cheap Mr. DIY air duster. And what you need to do is put a piece of wood here to make sure it doesn't fly out. And you have this bolt here that is meant for the where the oil goes in. So you notice that this is quite specifically machined, that there's a hole here and there's 2 holes here, one here and one here, so total 3 holes. So these 2 holes goes inside here. This is where we are going to inject the compressed air. So what we'll do is we will tighten it a bit. Okay, we'll use our finger to cover one hole and then we'll inject the air from the other hole, okay? So, yeah. Okay. And we have it out, and it brought some of the rubber out as well because this is broken anyway. Okay, so what we need to do now is, oh boy, all the oil. Okay, we need to remove this. Okay, since it's broken anyway, we'll just be rough on it. Okay, let's just take it out. Man, it's crispy. Oh yeah. And then we will have one more ring inside here. Okay, so this one just take it out as well. Okay, got it out. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll soak this in degreaser for a couple of hours before I start scrubbing it. We'll be back. Okay, guess what? It has actually been a week since I started this project. The car has been up there for a while, so right now these are all finally clean. I've masked off some of the parts. As you can see, here, the holes, everywhere Okay, and now it's hang to be prepped for painting. So I will start off with 1K primer grey, probably 2 coats of this, then 3 coats of Bramble orange, and probably 2 coats of 2K solid clear, or maybe I'll make it a bit thicker, 3 coats, who knows. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, so this is after 2 layers of primer. Okay, try to make sure you get everything from the top to the side to the bottom, everything. Okay, so this is 2 layers, and we will start with the Bramble orange after this. So all these are high temperature paint. It's a bit windy, so I hope you can hear me. Okay, so I don't want to bore you. I'll show you the results. Okay, we are done. Color coat 4 coats, clear coat 2 coats, undercoat 3 coats. Okay, I still have some undercoat left, about half a bottle. Color coat's empty. I can still hear a lot of liquid inside, but it's out of gas. Yeah. Okay, this is nice. It looks like the color of the rubbish bin. Okay, so I'll be moving all this into the inside of the house because the weather looks kind of cloudy. It is early morning, I don't think it will rain, but it doesn't hurt to move it in. Okay, coming back to you again. Okay, so while we are waiting for the paint to dry outside, we will be polishing the piston. So as you can see, this is nicely polished. You can see my finger very nice and dirty, and this one is just horrible. Okay, so to do this is actually very simple. Get a glove, get a piece of cloth, and auto sew, and a nice chair that you can see, a fan, and just sit here and slowly polish and enjoy your weekend. Okay, so I'll be polishing the other one and I will be back. Okay, now that we have both of it nicely polished to a mirror finish, it's time to assemble the things, but we gotta wait for the calipers to dry. So see you tomorrow, but you will probably just see this in the next second. Okay, so time to assemble back the brake calipers. So we have the brake caliper here, everything's nice and clean. It's a bit hard to see. Okay, what we'll have in the brake seal kit for the front is we'll have this, which is meant for the back portion here when you install the brake line. Then we have this seal over here. Excuse the very messy table, just working with what I have. Okay, this is the seal that goes in here, and to lubricate these seals we'll be using half of this, or just a bit of this, just to lubricate. This is the cream grease. Then we will have to install this as well. This is the rubber boot that goes here. Okay, make sure you install it with this facing the outwards, not the other way around. Okay, then we have the caliper pin rubber. This is meant for the caliper pin that requires the rubber, so it has 2 of it, so 1 on each side. Then we have the bleeder valve cover. This goes over here. Then we have the rubber boots. Okay, the old ones are all over here, which I'm throwing away because I got new ones. And this is the grease that is meant for the caliper pin, as well as these 2 holes over here, here and here. Okay, so let's assemble this. I will show you how to do this seal here and the rubber boot. The rest are all pretty simple. This is just plug it in and all. Alright, okay, let's get to it. So yeah, the checklist is over here. You might want to screenshot all the details here. And look at how shiny these 2 are. Okay, first up, take a bit of this grease. Lubricate this one. Okay, go all around. You don't need a thick layer, just a very thin layer. Even with that small amount, this is more than enough. Make sure you lubricate the outer part as well as the inner part. Then what you do is you put it in. Okay. Make sure it doesn't twist. You might need to try a couple of times just to get it in. Okay, make sure you pushed it in, make sure it's nice and snug. Okay, and it's not twisted or kink inside. Okay, it's good. Okay, so I lost the footage on this, so I had to use the other one earlier. Okay, but it's the same. Okay, now moving on, we will need to put this one in, and the way you see it is you have to reach over here. Okay, this is the part that will go in like this, and this will be the other side that actually goes out. So you see the difference here. Okay, on this side is in this manner, on this side is different. Okay, so the cup goes in here. So what you need to do is, again, you need to lubricate this a bit. Okay, just a bit. Okay, lubricate the inside here, and then some on the outside so that it's easier to install later. Okay, and what you do is you might want to lubricate here a bit as well with what's left on your finger or glove. Okay, you only need a very thin layer, so this is more than enough. So this is the part that goes inside, this is the part that goes outside like this. So put this on top, fit it in. Okay, good. Push it down. Okay, in this manner. Then what you do is you put it in from the bottom first. Make sure the bottom is in. Then you adjust it so that you close the top. Okay, you might need to try a few times. Okay, so I needed more than just 2 thumbs. Okay, so once you have it in, what you do is push this in. Okay, if it's a bit hard to push in, that's perfectly fine. Just pull this rubber boot to this part here first. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll use a piece of plywood, put it here, and put a C clamp. To push it in. Okay, so that we don't disturb the clean painted surface, I'll be putting a clamp on this side here. Okay, and then we'll pop it in. If it doesn't go in, what you do is, oh look, okay, nice and snug. All right, so I guess I was a bit not so accurate there. Okay, so make sure everything is seated nicely. Okay, that's good. Then now we have the cap here that goes here, but I'll just put it on right now. Okay, that's good. Then this one is for this. So what we'll do is we'll take a small screwdriver here, pry out the old one. Okay, give it a nice wipe. Then put on the new one. Okay, that's done, and now we'll move on to this one, the bracket. Okay, so let's move this aside. And now we have this bracket. Okay, so what we'll do now is, well, it's the same for either one of these. Okay, so I'm just going to show you this one. Okay, so the one with the rubber, make sure it's always installed on the top part of the brake caliper. So I'll show that to you when I install this to the car, but for now what we will do is we need to install the rubber boots and the pins as a temporary like that. But how do we do it properly? Okay, so make sure it slides in and out nicely like this. So the way that you can clean it if it's a bit rusty is you use the caliper pin, you use WD-40, spray a bit, put it in, go like that, and you see that this pin will be very dirty. Just wipe it off and repeat it until the pin comes out clean like this. See? Okay, and make sure it slides effortlessly. See? Effortlessly. Okay, so this is to make sure that the caliper pin actually move left and right correctly. So now what we will need to do is we will need to lubricate this a bit. Okay, again, very thin layer. Okay, very, very thin layer, and you might want to put a bit more on the end here, just a tiny bit like this. Okay, then put it in. Okay, see, effortlessly, but at this moment you'll feel a bit of resistance because there's slightly more grease inside and you get some dirt out. So what you do is you just wipe it off. Okay, no more dirt. Okay, so next up, you see this boot here? This portion will be the one that goes into the groove over here. So what you need to do now is you need to put a bit of grease inside here. Just a bit.
What are you doing?
Quiet, that is recording. Go away. Okay, just a bit of grease here. What you do is you need a very thin screwdriver. Okay, try not to use too much force, and you slot it in. Okay, just push it bit by bit until the whole thing is in, then you push it down. Okay, now that it's in, we'll push it down. And you get it nice and snug over here. Okay, then the next thing you need to do is take the caliper pin, put it in. Okay, make sure it slides in and out nicely. Okay, and it creates a little bit of a vacuum. Okay, nice. Okay, next we'll do the same on this side, which is using this, which is exactly the same. So let's move on to installing the thing. Okay. Okay, so we'll need to install back the calipers and everything. You don't think that I'll be using this, right? So I will be using new rotos. Okay, these are so-called race specs rotos from AR Racing, not sponsored or fully paid for by myself from my own pocket. So these are already labeled left and right. So in Malaysia, we drive, our driver side is on the right side, this is on the passenger side, and this is what we'll be installing. All right. Okay, so let's grab this heavy stuff. Okay, make sure this is clean. Okay, I already run a wire brush through it. We'll be putting in the rotos, then the bracket over there. Okay, so let's do it. Okay, red Loctite and 110 Newton meters of torque. Okay, next thing we'll put back the calipers, and it's the reverse of the beginning of the video. Just put back the calipers, put the brake pads, put the brake lines and all. However, you do need to replace this that is over here. Okay, so just take it out and put this in. Very beautiful. This is installed. Okay, this is beautiful, and you'll be thinking, am I gonna be using back the brake pads? No, I'm gonna use new brake pads. This is from Akebono, Japan. It is OEM and by far the least brake dust kind of pads that I've ever used. Okay, so I'll be transferring the hardware from the old one. All this. Okay, I'll give it a clean up first. Yeah, I'll give it a clean up. Then I'll install this. Well, you can refer back to an old video that I made on how to replace your brake pads. I'll put the link in the description. And on to the final product. Okay, so we are totally done on this side as well as on this side. Okay, so you can see the whole floor is actually wet because I gave this a nice wash with degreaser. If I can see, where is it? Yeah, with the degreaser. Okay, and a foamer. Okay, so here's the thing. The rotors cost me about 460 ringgit. The paint, which is the primer, the color, orange Brambro color, and the clear coat is about 86. Okay, and then the brake caliper service kit, this is the full set, which cost me about 82 ringgit. So overall it is about less than 700 ringgit, so it's 600 over plus ringgit to get all this done. Oh, additional another 42 ringgit for 1 liter of brake fluid, which I have no idea where I put it. Oh, here. Okay, so this is the brake fluid, Brembo brand premium brake fluid. So yeah, after everything's done, I gave it a wash. I think I mentioned that already, just to make sure there's no residue brake fluid anywhere, especially on the newly painted calipers, which you can see is beading water nicely. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so overall this project took me 1 whole week, but in terms of working time, I think I probably worked at it for about 4-5 hours. That's all. Majority of the time was actually spent on cleaning the calipers. Then I decided to, you know what, let's just paint it. Okay, let's just paint it. So I've thrown it under degreaser and brush, ultrasonic cleaner, until my ultrasonic cleaner got busted. Okay, I will need to repair that. And then I finally decided, you know what, let's just paint it. And let me tell you, I'm bloody glad I did, because this is looking super good. Okay, and now you must be wondering, hey, my rotors looks fine. No, it wasn't. So what's happening was, I'm not sure whether it was the brake pads or the brake rotor, or I think it was actually a bit stuck as well, the calipers. Okay, so one shot I did everything. Okay, the problem I had was it brakes fine until it is hot. Once it's hot, braking actually causes a very horrible shudder at the steering as well as the car. Every time I press the brake, it will just like that. Okay, so it could be the rotor valve, it could be the brake pad which is not good, or it could be the caliper that's jammed, which I suspect is actually 2 things: the caliper jam as well as the rotor is warped, because it has overheated before. If you see one of my older videos, I've actually accidentally overheated it while testing out some things. Alright, okay, my fault. Okay, but everything should be good now. Now what's left is just putting the wheels on, giving it a test drive. Okay, so comment if you would like to see how to bleed brakes with a vacuum pump, meaning you only need 1 person instead of 2. Okay, and I'll do it. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, as usual, I hope you learned something out of this. I hope you really do. And if you did, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell button so you get notified on my future uploads, which I would really appreciate. So until then, I will see you again.